welcome back. My name is Doris. Today I am going to be doing biscuits for my dog. My spring garden is in and I have the animals all taken care of this morning, so it's going to be a balmy 87. So I'm going to stay inside and take care of what I need for my dog and what I need for my pantry as dry goods, like mixing seasoning mixes and then pasta. So all I have to do is put it in a pan and it has all the seasonings and stuff in it, and the same thing with my rice and everything. But I'm going to concentrate on my dog. You've seen him in my videos. He's a golden retriever. He's 7 years old and his name is Jasper. He was my 92-year-old dad's dog. My dad passed away 4 years ago, and I promised him when he passed that I was going to take in his golden retriever and let the dog live on the farm, and that's what he's been doing for the last 4 years. So you'll see him in my videos. He follows me around everywhere. And my husband says that when he's looking for me on the 18 acres, all he has to do on the cameras is find the dog. If he finds the dog, he finds me. So yesterday, or I should say last night, I was up till 12:30, I think. I made him 36 days of wet dog food. And I do have that recipe. I think it was my second video I did. I'm 3 months into this now. I hope I'm getting better. But I just hit the 3-month mark, and I think this is my 24th video. So I'm going to show you how to take care of your dog. And I'm going to do a peanut butter pumpkin biscuit today. And I'm also going to do a imitation milk bone. So he'll have 2 treats. And look at this. Look how cute this is. It's the perfect size. I found some really tiny ones, and that's probably for about a 10-pound dog or a cat. And then the other ones are just humongous, like if you've got a Mastiff or a Great Dane. So this is perfect for the dog in the middle. So I'm going to be using this cutter today to do the dog biscuits. And we're going to go through 2 of them. But Jasper is with me wherever I go on the property. You'll see him following me in my ATV when I go to feed the animals in the morning. He's in our projects. You'll see him in the videos. He's in our projects. He's always has to be with people. He has a fear of missing out, so he's always with us wherever we go. And then if I'm in the garden, he'll go in there. But I think he only follows me around the homestead because he knows that he'll get a duck egg and he'll get a chicken egg in the morning. So he knows when I'm in there, he's patiently waiting for me to come out and give him an egg. So he gets 2 eggs in the morning, like his adult me. My husband and I both get 2 eggs in the morning, and so does my dog. But he's my protector, my best friend. Wherever I go, he goes. He sleeps on my side of the bed. But I'm going to reward him by filling up his treat canister with homemade biscuits. And he loves them. I think I've spoiled him too much now, because with the wet dog food that I make, he won't touch the stuff in the store now. He doesn't like it. And probably because everything that I'm making here for him is all natural. So I could eat the dog food if I wanted to, the wet dog food if I wanted to, and I could eat the peanut butter dog biscuit if I want to, because it's all people food. It's all good for the animal. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to show you how to do 2 biscuits today with this cute little thing. So let's get started. So this is the first one. I'm going to be using powdered milk, so it's imitation milk bone. You're going to need beef bouillon. You're going to need whole wheat flour. You're going to need dry powdered milk. You're going to need salt, an egg, and some butter. So let's go ahead and get started on your imitation milk bones. Okay, first up is going to be milk bone, imitation milk bones. So you're going to need a bowl, you need a rolling pin, you're going to need a hand mixer, and you're going to need a cutting board, which I have right here. Okay, first off, you're going to put 1/3 a cup of butter in a bowl. And you're going to do 3/4 cup of either chicken or beef bouillon hot. I'll put this in the microwave for a minute to get it hot. I already do chicken dog food for him. I just made him a batch of that, so I'm going to do beef this time for his milk bones. You're just going to pour it in over the butter. I'm the type of person that doesn't like to waste anything in a jar, so that little bit of extra water isn't going to hurt. And then you're going to add your 1/2 cup of powdered milk. You can get your carnation powdered milk at the store, or like I get this from Emergency Essentials powdered milk. It lasts a really long time. I think it's like 15 years. And then you're going to pour that in. You're going to do 1 egg, pretty blue egg from my chickens. And you're going to do a dash of salt. So you're going to blend that with the mixer. I'm going to do wheat flour in mine. It calls for 3 cups of wheat flour. And what we're going to do is we're going to do 1/2 cup at a time. That's 2 cups. As you can tell right there, it's getting thicker and more coarse. That's what you want. You don't want a runny batter. I've got 1 more cup of flour to go. So another 1/2 cup right here. Okay, this is what it's supposed to look like. Nice and thick. That's what you want. You don't want it runny. You want it nice and thick like that. Okay, so I'm going to roll this out on the board about a 1/2 inch, maybe a little bit more of thickness. But I'm going to flour my board with all-purpose flour this time instead of wheat flour. You don't want it sticking. Don't need a lot of flour, just enough to dust the top of it. And then you're just going to spoon this out onto it. And that's what you want it to look like. You want it into a nice ball. You're just going to massage it a little bit. Put flour in your hands and just massage it. Form it into a nice soft ball. Flatten it out. And more flour down there. want it too thin. So that's perfect right there. And then you're just going to take your little dog cutter, biscuit cutter. You cut it out. And then we're going to place it on the pan here. And we're going to keep going. And we're going to bring the remaining remnants back together, just like your cookie dough. And you're going to roll out the last bit. Don't want it too thin. It's just going to get burnt. Okay. Cut out the rest of these. And there you have it. 3 dozen milk bones for your dog. Goes in the oven at 325 for 50 minutes. Remember, you don't want moisture in the dog bone. You want it dry but not burnt. This is what you're going to need for your second dog biscuits. It's a peanut butter pumpkin biscuit, so you're going to need pumpkin puree. You're going to need chicken bouillon. You're going to need whole wheat flour. You're going to need oats. You're going to need peanut butter, and you're going to need 2 eggs. And don't forget your little cookie cutter for your bone biscuits. Okay, I'm going to show you how to do 2 today. Let's go ahead and get started. So we got a cup of pumpkin puree in a bowl. You're going to add in 2 eggs. You need the same instruments as before. You need a cutter, a board, a roller, and a hand mixer. Still the same utility stuff that you need. So you put that in the bowl. And you're going to do 3 tablespoons of peanut butter. I can't reach into the peanut butter thing, so I'm just going to do it this way. 1, 2, 3 of peanut butter. 3 tablespoons. And you're going to mix that with the hand mixer. Okay, now you're going to need 3 cups of wheat flour and a 1/2 cup of oats. What you're going to do is you're going to alternate a little bit of oats. This is a cup of wheat flour. You're going to put that in little by little. Okay, so far we put in 1 cup of wheat flour and 1/3 cup of your oats. So let's do it again 2 more times. Okay, last cup. It's getting really thick. You can see the batter is getting really thick. Right towards the end, my hand mixer couldn't blend it anymore. It was getting too thick. So I'm just going to go ahead and finish it off by just hand blending the rest of the flour into the batter. You want a really, really stiff dough. You don't want anything runny. You want it stiff. Almost there. Okay, and there it is. Got a very stiff dough, which you want. So now I'm just going to put a little flour on here. And we're going to just rinse and repeat. We're going to do the same thing as we did with the milk bones. And I put the dough in half just to make it easier for me. And the same thing. You want it about 1/2 inch thick. You do not want it thin. And when you're coming off your dough, don't push down and smush the edges. You just come to there and you just lightly lift up. That way you're not smashing the edges and you're getting like 1/3 or 1/4 of an inch on the edge, but then you're 1/2 inch in the middle and you're going to get uneven baking. And then we're just going to do the exact same thing. Dog biscuits. Okay, down to our last one. Let's see if we get 36 out of this. There's 30 on the tray there. So there's 35. And there you have it. You got peanut butter, pumpkin, oatmeal, dog biscuits. I got 39 out of this batch. I got 36 out of the other batch of milk bones. So that's 75 biscuits that I made in less than 30 minutes. I'm going to wait for the milk bones to come out. They are at a different temperature and a different cook duration. So once they come out, I'll put these in and then I'll let you see how my dog enjoys these dog biscuits. Okay, my milk bones are out. They look great. Nice and firm, not soft. You don't want them soft because they'll rot really quickly if you don't cook them all the way through. And then I just put the pumpkin peanut butter biscuits on the tray, and what we're going to do is these are going to go in the oven at 350 degrees. And stick those in. And we're going to put these for 35 minutes. And wait for those to come out. There's the pumpkin dog biscuits. See, they're not burnt, but they are hard. And there's the milk bones, same thing, but they're not burnt. I ended up having to cook the pumpkin ones for 5 more minutes, so instead of 30 minutes, I baked it for 35 minutes. Just gauge your oven. Some days it's going to be right on target at 30, and sometimes it's going to be 35, but just monitor it, because you don't want a soft biscuit, because if you have a soft biscuit and you put it in the container here, all it's going to do is it's going to start to mold in there after a couple of days, and you don't want that. So let's go ahead and give a taste test, because this guy, he's been watching the whole time. He's been wanting his dog biscuits, so let's go ahead and give him his dog biscuits. Jasper, do you want some dog biscuits? Mama made you some biscuits. Ooh. How was it? Was it good? Okay, so now we're going to try a milk bone. Here you go, Bubba. And he takes it and he runs off with it. Is that good? Is that good? It was good. Yes, it was a good boy. That's a good boy. Yeah.